Juno, the Thunderer's consort, knew the truth long since, and had deferred until due time her dire revenge. And now the time was due. Her rival bore a boy that galled her most. Arcas, on him the goddess turned her eyes, her anger. Strumpet, so it came to this, that you gave birth, and published by that birth my injury, and proved my Jove's disgrace. Now you shall pay. That loveliness, your joy, the grace that won my lord, I shall destroy. She seized her by the hair and flung her flat upon the ground. The girl held out her arms for mercy. Over those arms spread grisly fur, her nails lengthened to claws, her hands curved down to serve as feet. The lips that Jove so praised were hideous jaws, and lest her prayers prevail, her power of speech was quenched. A fearful growl, angry and menacing, came from her throat. She was a bear, but kept her woman's heart. Moan after moan proclaimed her misery. She raised her hands, her paws, towards the stars, and blamed, though wordless, Jove's ingratitude. How often in the lonely wood she feared to lay her head, and wandered to and fro before her home, through her familiar fields. How often, when the baying hounds gave chase, she fled across the scarps, the huntress fleeing in panic from the horror of the hunt. And many a time, forgetting what she was, hid from the creatures of the wild. A bear, she shuddered to see bears on the high hills, feared wolves, although her father was a wolf. The years rolled on. Arcas was now 16, his mother lost, her fate, her name unknown. One day, out hunting in the forest glades of Erymanthus, as he placed his nets, he chanced to meet her. Seeing him, she stopped, stock still, seeming to recognize his face. He shrank away, those eyes unmoving, fixed forever on his own, froze the boy's heart with nameless fear. And as she moved towards him, he aimed his javelin to strike her dead. The Almighty stayed his hand and swept away both son and mother, with the threatened crime, whirled in a wind together through the void, and set them in the sky as neighboring stars. Juno, in fury, when that concubine shone midst the stars, descended to the sea, to Tethys and old Ocean, whom the gods greatly revere, and to their questioning replied, "You ask why I, the Queen of Heaven, come hither from the mansions of the sky. I am dethroned, another reigns. My words are false unless, when night darkens the world, you see, new honored in heaven to injure me. Twin constellations at the utmost pole, where earth in last and shortest circle turns. Who now would hesitate to insult Juno? Who fear to offend me whose punishment proves but preferment? Such is my success, so vast my influence. She whom I forbade to be a woman, made a goddess. Thus the guilty pay, so great my sovereignty. Let him unbeast the beast, her shape restore, as Io's was, his other paramour. Why not, deposing Juno, set instead Lycaon's wanton daughter in my bed? But you who reared me, if your hearts are touched by my disgrace, debar from your green deeps that sevenfold star that at the price of shame was set in heaven, nor let that prostitute your waters' pure integrity pollute. The sea gods gave assent, and Saturn's child departed heavenwards through the cloudless air with her light chariot and her peacock team. Her peacocks, painted bright with Argus's eyes, slain lately at the time. That garrulous bird, the raven, which had formerly been white, was changed and suddenly made black as night.